Hello and welcome back, everyone. This is CCB Fozzie, joined once again by ATXII, and we are bringing you Affirmative versus Choke Point. Another match between two teams that are up against the wall. These guys need to win or else they're out of the tournament. And Choke Point have really decided to throw back to last year and have brought a triple Dominix team. That's 3 Dominixes, a Nero, Vexor Navy issue, Vengeance, triple Merlin, double Punisher, 11 pilots, and 60 of their points used up just by those 3 Dominixes. It'll be interesting to see how well it works out. They have worked in at 50. And why don't you tell us a little bit about this Affirmative team, Apothecary?
Yeah, so Affirmative have a really aggressive team with 2 Sleipnirs, one in the back though, 2 Hamgoos, and then a very, very scary anti-Frigwing, which is going to do a lot of damage to Choke Point's Frigs, with 2 Heretics, 3 Towers, and 2 Merlins. The game starts, and let's have a look at the drone drop choice of the Dommies.
Yep,
it is guards. They know Affirmative want to come in close.
Yep, so that's going to be drones that'll be used probably to kill off the approaching Sleipnirs and Tengu. They're not going to be quite as good at killing that Scimitar all the way at the back. But we're seeing damage being applied to a Choke Point Merlin, probably from the light missiles of these Towers, and damage going onto a Tower and a Scimitar.
And the Neros, actually, of Choke Point starting to take a lot of damage. Let's see if they can break through the armor tank. Looks like a Tower of Mivari is going to drop at the same time as a Merlin does.
All right, that Scimitar of Affirmative is going down. He is boosting with his shields, but he's losing hull at every single volley. And it looks like, yep, he is dropping off the field. So that Aneros, though, is about to be falling behind. He is now at about 20% armor, and he now has the entire Affirmative team on top of him. So there's going to be a pretty rapid trade here of logistics.
Yeah, it looks like newts are spreading from, I'm guessing, the Dommies to several different ships. They're doing quite a good job there, a great way to fill the highs of your Dommies with newts. But it's not really doing much to stop the incoming DPS of a missile and projectile-based damage system. Yeah,
at this point, killing off the frigates and the destroyers is what both teams are going to be focusing on now that they don't have the protection of those logistics. They're easy targets. They can be killed quickly, and they remove a lot of DPS and utility off the field. And then they're going to move into some of these big ships. Now, this is going to be a really interesting comparison to see how well 3 Dominix can stand up against 2 Tengus and 2 Sleipnirs. The Tengus and Sleipnirs are going to have the advantage of some great shield defenses with probably ASBs, while the Dominix just have a lot of hit points. And we're going to see as that first Dominix of G Generic is taking damage, we'll see how good his armor tank is.
I mean, he's lasting a good while, and this is time that Choke Point need to use. They need to do something whilst their Dommy tank's being chewed through. And as it stands, I don't see any damage being applied.
So the damage is being applied to Aaron Solette in the Sleipnir. He's at about 70%, but he's boosted up to about 85. So he's actually sitting quite pretty right now. As long as his ASB is boosting, he's probably going to be able to tank through a lot of this damage. The problem is his ASB is going to go on reload soon.
The first Dommy is about to pop, though. First Dommy for Choke Point about to pop. That's a third, well, just less than a third of their DPS left on the field with that VNI still alive. And another Dommy will be following soon, I should assume.
Yeah, Aaron is going to be falling behind pretty quickly, though, as he's now into armor. Sleipnirs usually don't last too long in armor. And really, Affirmative needs to knock down this second Dominix of Sergeant Saint here really fast. If they can get him off the field before they take too much damage to any of their other Tengus or Sleipnirs, then they're going to be in great shape. And Aaron is holding on just on this, like the skin of his teeth. Boosting back up in Lowe's hull, but now he's on reload, and that's going to be the end of him.
For 2 such wildly different setups, this has been a really, really close match. I mean, still, I think that Choke Point kind of have the advantage. They got 3 big DPS ships left with a lot of buffer.
I don't know, though. It's going to be like the second Dominix is very low. So the fact that Aaron there was able to survive that long, that gave the Affirmative team the ability to knock this Dominix down. But he is micro jump driving. He has his micro jump drive active. He's going to try to blink away before he dies, and I think he's going to do it. If he gets away, that'll be all the damage on him reduced.
Is he scrammed? I don't think he's scrammed. There he goes.
He got to the other side of the arena.
As he does, a Sleipnir dies.
Wow, that is a huge micro jump drive by SGX Saint of Choke Point. In low structure, he managed to jump all the way away from this damage because the Affirmative damage, being autocannons and hams, can't reach all that far. They need to either chase him down or switch targets, neither of which are really good options. Looks like they're going to try to take down the Vexor Navy issue, which is, I think, a fine choice in this case if they can get on top of him. But it's going to be really tough now. These Tengus would have to be gigantic heroes. The Tengu in the two Tengus and a Worm versus two Dominixes, a Vexor, an Aviation, and a Punisher. The DNI going to be dropped.
Still damped, so it means that Sergeant Dominix is going to have a lot of trouble doing DPS to the Tengus down there. It is, however, sending augmented hammerheads by the looks of it.
The thing is, his drones are going to auto aggro, and there's no bad targets for his drones to auto aggro right now, because there's only 3 targets for them. That Worm is dropping fast. Looks like the Worm is getting neutered and nosed and is off the field. Wow. All right. At this point, there is the
2 Tengus versus 2 Dommies. The Punisher's about to drop, but one of the Dommies is really close to death.
All right.
Tengus have a partially active tank, is my question.
I have to imagine that they're going to have ASBs on these. Well, we'll see. I haven't seen a boost quite yet from this first Tengu of Onslaughter. It might be that they're just all passive.
Close! 2 versus 2 down to the last men.
So, we have 5 minutes left. There's definitely time is not going to be an issue here. What these Tengus have decided to do, instead of trying to chase the Dominix that jumped across the field, they're going to try to kill the Dominix that's close. If they can finish off this Dominix before they lose one of the Tengus, then they're almost guaranteed to win this. But if they lose one of the Tengus, and Onslaughter is continuing to drop down, he is passive tanked, so he is like getting a recharge out of his shields. And for passive shield tank ships, when they hit around 30% shields, that's when their tank is the strongest. So his tank is just about at his strongest now, but once he gets past that, he's going to start dropping pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, Onslaughter is dropping into low shield. Khaleesi's Dommy, you know, he's in the 3/4 armor. He's sitting pretty. He can sit for quite a long time eating damage from both the Tengus. When it goes down to 1 Tengu, it's going to take forever to burn through a Dommy.
All right, so Onslaughter looks like trying to get a longer orbit out, but unfortunately, he's just taking a lot of damage.
Yeah.
He is into armor now, and that means he's going to evaporate pretty quickly. Tengus are not known for surviving long in armor and structure, and that is going to be him off the field. So that's going to leave Greygal, the captain for Affirmative, as the lone Tengu. Now, Greygal, of course, with a passive shield tank, the amount of DPS that she can knock off the field, if she can kill this Dominix in half armor before she dies, then her tank may actually just be at a permatank the damage from SGX Saint. So it's actually up to this Dominix. So the Dominix Khaleesi is down to about maybe 35-40% armor. She has that big lead, but she is dropping with under the neuts and damage from 2 Dominix. Well, neuts from 1, damage from 2 Dominixes. If she can kill Khaleesi before she goes below about 30% shield herself, then she might just be at a permatank.
It looks like she might be able to do so. I mean, Khaleesi already dropping into third armor. She's in half shield.
But Greygal's down below half shield as well. This is incredibly close. This match actually could still go either way.
Just hitting the max regen. I mean, we've still got 3 minutes. We're going to definitely see what the result is. I mean, if Greygal can kill that Dommy, even if she's just got a sliver of shield left, she'll be sitting pretty. I mean, it looks
if it's
like
just a sliver, though, then 1 Dominix can take you. Once she's below max shield regen, 1 Dominix will probably have to finish her off, because she's going to have to burn across the field.
Saint has dropped Curators. He's trying to kill her with Curators. They're not going to do amazing damage here, but they will do a significant amount.
He's at a great range for Curators, and Curators are going to be hitting the best damage type against Greygal. Greygal is well below her max shield regen at this point. She's going to be dropping into armor. It does look like she's actually not going to be able to finish off Khaleesi before she goes down, because she is now into armor. Khaleesi's still in about 10% armor. That is going to be the match. Incredibly close. Greygal flying the hero Tengu,
the final
almost managed to pull it off.
Literally in structure.
Now that really came down. SGX Saint with an incredibly clutch micro jump drive. If he had activated that a couple of seconds later, he would have died, and that kept him alive and kept the damage going. So amazing win for Choke Point. That means they get to stay alive and come back next weekend. Affirmative knocked out of the 12th Alliance tournament. Again, like I said before, with Ineluctable, hopefully they'll be back soon for the next Alliance tournament, and we will be back very soon for Sinusoidal Field Theory versus Castabouts.